When Jonathan and I created Chronic Pain Warriors United, our main goal, number one, right at the top, was to build a grassroots movement for pain management reform. We figured that was going to be the only way to ever actually get to real reforms and real changes, because the media, the politicians, and the system in general, the paradigm created by the CDC, DEA, and anti-pain relief psychopaths like Andrew Kolodny and Prop have created a total bias against us. So we're going to have to build a system from the ground up. And that was our first and highest priority from the get-go. Now, we've also talked a lot about living with chronic pain and just the daily struggles of chronic illness itself. But we're going to start more addressing and focusing on the actual things we need to do to get to pain management reform. And that's what today's about. Hi all, I'm Marlon with Chronic Pain Warriors United. Hope y'all are all doing well and having a great weekend so far. Let's jump right into it. So, pain management reform in and of itself, because of how many chronic pain patients there are across this country, theoretically should be pretty easy, guys. There are 65 million people living with general chronic pain all over the United States of America, with millions having been added in just the last few years alone because of long COVID causing chronic pain itself. Then, out of that 65 million, you have a 25 million or so of them who live with high impact chronic pain, or chronic pain that messes with our lives and is debilitating on a daily basis. 25 million plus people basically disabled by chronic pain. And what I say about it being like reform, theoretically being easy for us, is because of those numbers. We don't need physical rallies. We don't need chronic pain patients piling into their cars or hopping on their motorcycles or getting into their, 18-wheelers. You see all kinds of different groups of people do different things for their causes, right? Their campaigns or whatever they do to draw attention to an issue. We do not need to do that. Number one, a lot of us can't physically. And then number two, there are so many of us that if we can just unite a small percentage of us, both online in, say, like I've been talking about Vivek Ramaswamy the last couple of days, and him talking about the mental health crisis. Why? Because he is a former presidential candidate who will be a future presidential candidate, by the way, who is an active candidate for the governor of Ohio. And those are the type of people that we can start to put pressure on to answer basic questions like, what, sir, is your position on the human right to pain relief? That is a question that every single politician seeking office, all the way from state congressmen or whatever to senators, presidents, and everybody else should have to answer. But it's not. Our own Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., has never once addressed chronic pain in any way, shape, or form. An issue impacting 65 million people, his people. And by the way, chronic pain is also a chronic disease, which he constantly talks about, the chronic disease of the nation, while ignoring chronic pain. I think for one reason, majorly, because he's an addict and he wants to just ignore that completely altogether because of the opioid angle. Another reason, he's got his things: autism, vaccines, and food. That's what he's interested in, and those are the agendas that he's pushing. And coming along and saying, hey man, there's a much bigger issue, and I'm not downplaying those, all of those need to be addressed, but there are issues over here that are literally killing people every single day. Chronic pain patients all over the country are dying because of a CDC policies. Secretary Kennedy, again, is the one in charge of and has legal authority over the CDC, has never once addressed the 2016 or 2022 opioid prescription guidelines that have killed so many people. So how could we change that? We've already started to try a couple of times. We tried to unite people both on social media and X, etc. X is going to be the main place, and get a response via social media. When that didn't work, we started a physical mail-in campaign, and so many of y'all responded so amazingly. I have no doubt that many of those letters have been seen, if not by him, then by his people. And I would bet that he's seen even some himself. But there's still not enough of us. We're just not coordinating together well enough. We're not working together well enough. And we're not doing these things in a coordinated fashion. And the political enemy, the anti-pain relief psychopaths, are coordinated, guys. They are working together. They are pushing their bullshit every single day, and they never stop. Like Shulkin calling for the VA to go completely opioid free. They want opioid-free medicine, and they want to turn chronic pain into a mental illness. Like I said in my thought experiment like a week or so ago, that is where we're headed, say 2035. If we don't all, or not all, but big, large numbers of us as chronic pain patients and pain warriors start to unite and politically fight back against this bullshit, not only are we going to suffer for the rest of our lives, massive numbers of people will continue to die, and we're going to hand this Orwellian, disgusting system to our kids or grandkids? Absolutely not, guys. So another thing I was talking about with Ramaswamy, he's going to have to do town halls here soon. And a lot of other politicians are as well, as political season starts to heat up already again in the next few months. We can start to, like, these virtual town halls that he will do where people send in their questions via social media. We just get thousands and thousands of people ready for whenever that moment comes, whatever time that town hall is or whatever, and you literally just bomb it with questions that are nothing but about issues dealing with chronic pain and demanding that he address them. The same thing with any other politician that puts themselves into a forum like that with us having pre-knowledge of it. And that's becoming so much more common because they want to go around the media straight to the people. So they'll use the media to have these town halls, but then they usually try and get, questions from people online. Are they heavily vetted a lot of the time? Yes. Can they be total setups? Absolutely. But if you can put enough force and numbers into it, you can get through, guys. And those are the little types of things that we can start to do to put pressure on politicians on social media. Or, and I'm speeding up now, I didn't want to make this very long, or when these politicians from Trump on down say asinine shit about the healthcare system or Orwellian things about chronic disease and all the problems facing America's health, from chronic disease to chronic mental health problems to the fentanyl crisis and on and on. So much of it is linked to the chronic pain crisis that none of them are addressing. President Trump made the issue worse, and I do not care about politics, guys, in that way. I do not care about party either. All y'all know that about me by now, I think. I don't care about party at all. I only care about what you did and how it impacted the community. That's all I care about. I don't care about your motives either. Your motives may have been pure and great, but it doesn't matter if the outcome was mass death. And President Trump's signature of the 2018 Alexander bill was a hammer blow to chronic pain patients' rights. And it all really started in 2016 under Obama with, what was it, CACA? I can't remember the full term for the law right this second. But it's been going on for over a decade now, under three different really four, all the way back to Bush with the pill mill insanity. All four different presidents with the war on pain patients. And you could even go really further than back than that, guys. You can go all the way back to 1914, 1915 with the passage of the Harrison Narcotics Tax Act. That's when all this truly started. Then 1942, they banned the people's pain relief in the form of Papaver somniferum. You can't grow it at all. It's a felony. Then the creation of the Controlled Substance Act. They have stripped us of every single right that we've had to use these natural medications for thousands of years, and it's done massive harm to us. And these are all things that these politicians should be forced to address. And if we can just unite in any small percentage, we will have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of voices to push these questions. Then, like we tried to do with Senator Kennedy, and I'm almost finished, we will start doing more physical mail-in type things, more physical presence. And like I said before, it doesn't actually require large numbers of people. It requires large numbers of mail at times. It can still do it. Actual phone calls. Do y'all know how rare it is for a politician nowadays to actually get dumped with political mail, all from a certain cause on their desk? It's rare, and it gets results all over the country, depending on what the issue is all the time, because of its effectiveness. It tells that politician there are a lot of people out here who are willing to put in at least the effort to write this letter, put a stamp on it, and put it in the mail. If they're willing to do that, they're probably willing to vote, and I should probably hear them out. That's really it. A lot of people think, and somebody said this on X to me yesterday, none of these people will ever care until chronic pain happens to them. A lot of these people who are pushing these policies already live with some type of pain, and they are not being affected by these policies, guys. It is like Animal Farm from Orwell. Some animals are more equal than others, and the ones that are pushing for a opioid-free pain management system and medication system in general are the ones who would never live under it themselves. Period. End of story. Those people that are pushing this murderous agenda will never abide by it themselves. They will always have access to real pain relief. So that's what we need to do for pain management reform. We start uniting on X. We start, calling out these politicians like I'm going to start doing more of on the channel. Say, we need to make this man answer this question or this woman answer this question. And then, get as many of us out here to do it as possible. Bring one of y'all bring one pain warrior to the channel, and then one of them bring one, and then one of them bring somebody. And then you can have exponential growth to the channel and to the movement itself. I never created this channel for money, for power, for notoriety, none of it. Everything. If what I want truly comes to pass, and we actually get to where we want to go, and we're fighting for pain management reform on the level that I want us to, what's going to come at me is going to be the slings and arrows of a federal government, bureaucracy, and pharmaceutical system that will want to destroy not only me, but all of us, the whole movement and Chronic Pain Warriors United. It's already started in some small ways here and there. It's not about any of that. It's about, for me, it is about we need as many people as possible behind the movement to give that movement power. And that's it. All I want is for this movement to grow and to become as powerful politically as possible to save as many lives as possible because my beloved, my brothers, sisters in pain out there all over the country are dying. And my good best friend Jonathan, who helped me start this whole thing, killed himself before it even got going. That's all I'm here for. People, I'm moving on from that. That's all I care about. And that is our goal: pain management reform and saving lives. So anyways, let me know your stories. Let me know how y'all are doing. Let me know what y'all think. I'm upgrading some of the tech. That's why some things have slowed down. We're going to start trying to do interviews. We're going to start trying to have more people on. I want to talk to some of y'all, the supporters, for sure. So we're slowly changing. And I'm sorry that a lot of the videos are getting heavily stamped on by YouTube, because the content has also slightly changed, as you may have noticed. I'm going more direct at the issues, and YouTube throttles all of these issues like they put the foot on the brake hard. And one of the only ways we're going to overcome that is hitting the notifications, like, subscribe, and share button. A lot of y'all, even y'all that are subbed and have been for forever, don't get notifications when new videos come up, because YouTube's not sending them to you unless you've actively hit the notification button for the channel. It's blocking and censoring us in all kinds of ways, and we're trying to get around that too. So y'all are going to have to help with that. So let us know how y'all are doing. Let us know your stories. They're all unique and special, just like y'all, and I'd love to hear them. I'm Marlon with Chronic Pain Warriors United. I hope y'all have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see y'all real soon. I hope this didn't go too long. Cheers.